Hello folks, Crazy Camper here once again to the review of Season 2, Episode 9 of Alone. I am by no means a survival expert, I just like to camp, I like watching this show, so please keep the comments rolling and the discussion, subscribe right there, and my other channel, Ontario Parks, where I do my camping documentaries. I'm 2 episodes behind on that one, but now I have some free time coming up on my hands, especially the next few weeks, so I'm going to get rolling on that again and probably go do more camping. But episode 9, we started off on day 31. So that means 6 whole days passed from the end of episode 8 because we were at day 25 then. So what did they do during those 6 days? Well, the show can only show us so much in the short 40-minute episodes that we have. But I do know one thing. Nicole commented on my last review, and she said, I did smoke some fish, but to be honest, I am small and I don't need as many calories as the men out there. I was also catching fish on my lines, and the land and the intertidal were also full of food. I ate 25 species out there, not just salmon. For my metabolism, there were plenty of other things to fill me up out there. Plus, I still had plenty of the rations I brought, should a hard storm hit. I held on to those rations. My shelter, it was very far from where I was catching food. No way I was going to camp near the fresh water, thanks to the reviews. Well, thank you, Nicole, for giving us that info. So 25 species you ate. That's pretty crazy. And you still had some of your rations. So hint, hint, maybe you actually won. Didn't even use your rations. Apparently Sam still had some of his rations at the end when he left on day 55 from season 1. But at any rate, let's take a look at the rankings. Justin, number 5. Larry, number 4. David, number 3. Jose, number 2, and I'm leaving Nicole, number 1, because she is kicking butt out there. But let's first talk about Justin. So, we see him day 33, around noon. He's chatting about he needs a sustainable food source. He's just not eating out there. The periwinkles, yep, they're providing some calories, but they are a lot of work for in the process, for little gains. Day 34, he's doing more workouts. His whole workout thing still gets me, but whatever keeps him busy, I guess. And he's processing firewood. I noticed he had started to lose a considerable amount of weight. You can just see it in his face. I know you're stressed and probably not sleeping right, but still, his face starts looking thinner. And he mentions he's used to military life, where it's a 72-hour process. And then he sings the national anthem, and I thought, oh, and he's going to quit right after that. But nope, he stuck around day 35, and then he decides to leave. And when the boat came and picked him up, he said, why does everyone look at me like a cat just died? I guess when you go to pick someone up out there, you don't really have an idea of what they're going to look like or how they're going to react when they see you, because you've been alone for so long. So are you starving? Are you gone crazy? So are you hurt? So it's kind of interesting. But he left. He had a good run. I'm impressed by him. So that was cool. But number 4, Larry. Sweet to see him again. We didn't see him in the last episode, and I think he's lost more weight. He looks thinner than any of them on there. I think he's lost the most weight. He simply wasn't eating in his other spot, but now he moved, so I wonder if he's getting the fish or not. But we see him starting off the same old attitude. He's swearing at a seagull. Now he makes a Paiute deadfall because he wants to get the mice with the periwinkles. He has this big war on mice. So he ends up catching one at night, and he uses big King Kong spear, as John Lord called it, and he killed one of those mouse. So, but that's little calories. Those calories don't add up very much. And he also had some crabs and caught a second mouse. And I noticed he was processing stuff or working on stuff that was a chainsaw like log there. So maybe that was from the logging. I don't know, but why is there chainsaw trees out there? But anyway, we'll see how long he stays in for. He's got to be eating more though. I just don't think he's going to be sticking around much longer, so I couldn't put him above David. And number 3, so a ferret runs past with an eel in its mouth and he yells at it. I was wondering why he was yelling on one of the episodes. I thought, on the commercials, I thought maybe he hurt himself, but I guess not. And he starts eating bull kelp. Now I wonder, yeah, he said he's boiling the bull kelp, or he had it in water, so I wonder if you can boil that, drink the water, break down the fibers on it so you can eat it and your body doesn't take as many calories to metabolize it. So hopefully he's getting some nutrients from that. And also the fiber is going to help him digest other food easy, and his track too. He said he was having problems down there. So his gill net, he keeps these cedar logs keep coming in. He calls them cedar torpedoes, and they can poke a hole or damage his net. So he's wasting calories tying off these logs and dealing with these logs that keep coming in from logging that are left over. I don't know. But he catches a whole bunch of crabs. When he caught the first crab, I was thinking, man, you had to go out there, keep fishing, get more and more crabs, and he kept doing it. So he had a total of 6 total crabs, and so that was a perfect moment for him. Called it the perfect day or moment. I don't know what he said, but we went to day 34. That's when we last saw him, and yeah, he's doing the bull kelp. He said that paid off. And the next episode, we see him waist deep in the water, and he's complaining, I don't want to get hypothermia. So we'll see what happens there. And number 2, we have Jose. We see him day 31 at noon. His kayak's finished. He's naming it the delicate one. I think that's a good choice. He said it weighs 50 pounds and he has to cart it 300 yards. So that's a lot of calories just moving that canoe down, especially when you're in day 30s and you're probably tired and hungry and maybe you lost weight already, although he doesn't really show many signs that he's lost much weight. Now, I noticed he had a life vest. I saw him, he's wearing it in the commercials before. I'm like, well, where did he get that from? Did they find it? Did you find it on the beach? But apparently every competitor has one. I haven't seen the others wear it, or even wear it for some warmth probably, but I don't know what else you could do with it. Maybe you're not allowed to use it for much. But at any rate, he's complaining about his boat. It's pretty tippy, and so he decides to start working an outrigger. Now, we still haven't seen him fall in yet. That must be coming maybe next episode. But what has he been eating the whole time? Has he still been on his rations? Is he getting the salmon? And is his boat a big waste of time and energy? Now, I know salmon, when they get later in the season, they don't eat anymore. So fishing for them with lures, you got to antagonize them because they're a little territorial to get them. But at this point, I think the best bet is just what Nicole's doing if you can. Put the net in and catch them that way. I don't know if they're going to go after the lures or hooks or whatever he's going to use. They're not eating anymore, like I said. But we'll see how that goes. When he falls in, does that create a hypothermic situation for him? It definitely can. But he's close to shore, and I think he'll be able to survive that and get out and dry off and then live to see some more days out there. But it shall be interesting to see how long he lasts. He mentioned that he wants to move on from survival to wilderness living. So there's that transition from when you're surviving to when you're actually living out there. And he wants to do that, and he thinks this boat is a way out, but we'll see what happens. Moving on to number 1, Nicole. Yeah, I had to leave her in there, but we didn't even see this episode. So what's she been doing now for the last 9 days? Because we ended off at day 34 and it was 25 when we saw her last, feasting on as much food as she could possibly eat, and she was letting a fish go. So she must be doing really well, and she did mention that she was saving her rations. So we'll see how long she lasts. She's going to be really hard to beat. And the fact that they don't show her this episode means that she's probably doing fine, because they typically give a lot of airtime to those that are about to be eliminated. So Larry's got a whole lot of time. So I think he's done next. He could be out next episode, because that was 9. So what do we have? 15 episodes? Or is it 16? So there's not too many episodes left. And next episode on the commercial, we see that Nicole, seals are coming in and they disrupt her net. We just see fish heads sitting in the net. So I guess the seals came in and ate fish. But the fact that there was fish there to eat and the heads were left behind means that she is still catching food. So if she's eating so well that, like I said, she has to let fish go, then she said she's eating 25 species total, not just salmon. I think she's doing great out there. I think she's going to win. It's just a matter of time until Dave and Larry drop, and then Jose won't be much longer after, especially if this boat doesn't work the way he wants it to. But that being said, that's it for this review. Please like and subscribe, and keep the comments coming, and I'm looking forward to doing the episode 10 review. Thank you. Goodbye.